Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, you all need to speak a little bit louder. You all can hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
great.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. Mute yourselves. Those who are making, there's some noise coming in that is disturbing. Please mute yourself. Okay. I think someone had asked me about r d theta, and I want to explain that. So look, have a look at this. Okay, this I made this thing so that you understand. See, this actually in 2 dimension is r. This is the radius of the hemisphere. But when you multiply it by theta times, this is going to happen. Okay, so this is r into theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4, theta 5, theta 6, and so on. So if you understood, this is r and this is r into theta. So basically what you are getting here on top, thickness, you're getting thickness, na? You understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the radius of the ring, the radius of the hemisphere. You multiply it into theta times, you will get the thickness of the ring. Okay, you get the thickness of the ring. I hope this that small explanation was good enough for you all to understand. So same thing. This over here, this green which I have shaded is basically theta in theta. Okay, d theta. This green thing which I have shaded is d theta. And so if I multiply d theta, okay, r times d theta, I will get the thickness of this ring. Okay, so how we started? Basically, we drew a ring over here. Okay, we drew a ring and we said that this is an area vector dA, this is an area vector dA. Second thing what we did was, we know that the radius of this hemisphere is along the diameter. Okay, so this is, along this. Okay, say suppose this. If this is r, the component of it on the y-axis is going to be r cos theta. The component on this on the x-axis is going to be r sin theta. So what is r cos theta? Basically, r cos theta, if I draw it, no, it will give you the radius of the ring. You can see that it will give you the radius of the ring. Is this clear? Okay. R cos theta is
Yes,
going
sir.
to give you the radius of the ring. Now what I said, if this is electric field line along x-axis, and this is the area, I'm talking here only, I've just separately drawn it. Okay, so if this is electric field line and this is area vector, this is area vector, it's going to make an angle, okay, 90 minus theta. I explained this in the last lecture. 90 minus theta. How it is going to make? See, this rate, this component over here, r cos theta, makes an angle 90 degree with the x-axis. Okay, so if you draw a radius like this, and this radius is making an angle theta with the y-axis, definitely this side, the x-axis side, it is going to be 90 minus theta. Okay, so I simply wrote the equation that d phi is equal to dot product of E and A. Okay, so E, it should be E dA. Okay, wait, it's a small mistake. It should be, because small amount, okay, small amount of flux is the result of a small amount of area through which electric field lines are passing. And so E, if you open up a dot product, you're going to get EDA cos the angle between them, that is 90 minus theta. And now dA is basically the circumference of the ring into thickness of the ring, which is basically entirely an area of the ring. Okay, so E into 2 pi r cos theta r d theta cos 90 minus theta. Okay, now what is cos 90 minus theta? Just give me fast. Just
Sin
tell me
theta.
fast. Yeah, sin theta. So yeah, who someone is very slowly telling here. So okay, how will you arrange this? Can you see pi r and r3? Okay, so it's going to be pi r square. Okay, pi r and r, and then what else can you see? Cos theta, sin theta, and there's a 2
2
over
sin
here.
theta cos theta.
Yeah. So what is that? What is 2 sin theta cos theta?
Sin
How
2
can
theta.
Sine 2
Ex-
theta.
Exactly. Yeah. So those who don't know, you all need to figure out your trigonometry. Okay. So sin 2 theta. And then what are we missing? Don't forget d theta. Okay. Don't forget d theta. Many forget d theta. Okay. So now
Sir,
you
is the
got
answer
yeah. Tell me.
e pi r square cos 2 theta by 2 with minus sign?
No, but you got close to it. You got close to it. But good try, yeah. Good try. Okay. Anyways, we'll just continue. You will see the answer. Thanks for doing that. At least you'll understand much better than those who have never tried. And so you will get what? Right now, what you'll get? You already got d5. Okay. You already got d5. Now you need 5. Okay. Enough of it. So 5 is equal to what? Integration of e pi
E
r
pi
square
r
sin
square
2
sin 2
d
theta
theta.
d theta.
But what is a variable here? What is a variable? What is constant? What is variable? Constant is
E pi r square is
constant.
constant.
Exactly. So I'll write it here. E pi r square. Okay. And then I can put sin theta. Sin 2 theta d theta.
D theta.
And now sin. Yeah. What is it? What is sin 2 theta d theta integration? Fast, quick. Fast. I
Cos
want to
2
rub it
theta
out.
by
by
2
2.
minus cos 2
Hey.
theta.
Minus of cos
Minus
2
cos
theta
2
by 2.
theta by 2.
Yeah, the one who said minus cos 2 theta, good answer. Yeah, good answer. Good. So, anyways, I'm enjoying this. So minus cos 2 theta by 2. Now you tell me what are the limits? I should have asked you while integrating only, but what are the limits? Anyways, tell me. First,
Pi by 2 to minus
Yeah.
pi by 2.
wrong. Anyone else?
0 to pi by 2.
Yeah, exactly. That's 0 to pi by 2. You all got it? Why? See, look here. At 0, at 0, you'll get a small ring over here around 0. Okay. But as you increase the angle, you'll get bigger and bigger and bigger rings. So till where you have to do? From 0 to pi by 2. You'll got it?
Yes.
0 to pi by 2. Okay. Anyone has a doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So we have 0 and we have pi by 2. If anyone has a doubt, see, please tell me. Because I used to have a lot of doubts. They were unsolved just because I never asked them. Okay. And so, anyways, it's going to be E pi r square. Fast, guys. Tell me, what is it going to be? Immediate.
Minus
Minus
of
cos what? Pi by 2 $. Yeah. What it will become?
minus of 1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2.
But that is very fast. Okay. Those who don't know, look here. Minus cos. Okay. 2 pi by 2. Okay. And this is going to be 2 here. You all got it? And plus, what it will become? Cos of 0.
0.
This 2 got cut. Let me put a 2 over here. Okay. So what is cos 0?
1.
Cos 0?
1.
1. So yeah. So I'll put 1 over here. And what is cos pi? Because 2 and 2 got cut. What is cos pi?
Minus
Minus
1.
1.
Minus 1.
Minus 1. So it will become plus 1 here. Got it, na? Okay. Everyone
Yes.
got it? Those who don't know. Okay. So I'll
Yes.
take 2 out. So what I see, guys, there is some important conclusion here. We're coming to a very important
E
conclusion.
pi r square.
E pi r square by 2. Okay. Okay. E pi r square. What will become? 2 by 2, na? So it will
Yes.
become 1, na? समझ गया ना? So
Yes, sir.
it will become pi
E pi r
r
square.
square E. Now you all can see something. You all can see one important result over here. Look at this hemisphere. Look at this hemisphere. What is pi r square? What is
Area of
it? Pi r
circle.
square?
Area of circle.
Area of
Area of
circle.
Area of circle. Great. So if it is area of circle, okay, into can we analyze this thing and see? See, imagine these lines, these lines to be rays of the sun. Okay, rays of the sun. And so when the rays of the sun fall on this side of the hemisphere, what is it going to project over here? What will it project over here?
Sir, circle.
What? A
Circle.
circle.
Shadow of
Circle.
And so
circle.
you got exactly, and so you got pi r square into E. You understood how to solve this problem now? First, to understand the complication. You understood this complication? and how it is so easy to solve such problems. So basically, I could have just, I could have just told you all the answer directly, but no, yes, I'm going to rub it down. Okay, I'm going to rub it down. Okay, so look here. This chapter is a very big chapter, and it has a lot of concepts in it, and this definitely has a lot of weightage. Okay, so you all should understand each and every concept very thoroughly. So it's going to be pi r square e. Okay, that is, what is pi r square? It is the
Area.
projection.
Area of the circle.
Projection.
Yeah, but it is projection of what?
Projection of the sunlight ray
Hey, no man.
Projection of the hemisphere.
Hemisphere.
of the hemisphere.
Projection of hemisphere, but in which direction? Perpendicular to the electric field lines.
Perpendicular to
Okay.
the electric field.
So perpendicular to the electric field lines. Okay, you all got it? Understood? So anytime you all want to solve, and 1 minute, this thing only is valid for what? Open surfaces. Huh? This is not valid for closed surfaces. With sphere it doesn't work out. Okay, with sphere, with a cube it doesn't work out. It only works out with a, I'll give you some more examples. Okay, it works out with half things which are cut down, or half open surfaces. Okay, so now we all understood this. Projection of hemisphere perpendicular to electric field lines into electric what? Electric field what? Intensity, na? Arre,
Yes, sir.
we learnt na electric field intensity. Okay, kq by r square. Okay, if you all have
Yes,
forgot,
sir.
if you all forgot, tell me. Okay, I will explain everything again. No problem. Okay, you all have to understand stuff. That's it. Okay, let's go to the next question. This now is going to get really beautiful. Let's look at this small thing. Okay, let's consider this. Okay. This is not working. First of all, you all tell me what type of surface this is. Is this a closed one or
Half
open?
semi-cylinder.
Half.
Semi-cylinder.
So
Open.
you all know na that this is open surface. Okay, no doubt in that. No. Okay. So let's say that this is A, and this is B. Okay, I won't take much time drawing so that the subject gets over. So anyways, if electric field lines are at this point, what is going to be the flux? Tell me fast. What is the projection? What? Explain.
Rectangle.
Fast. Yeah, rectangle. What is the area of a rectangle?
A into
Length
B.
into breadth.
A into B.
So what?
A into B.
So what is flux over here? What is flux? First, immediate. Flux.
E into
Y is
AB.
equal to what?
A into A into B.
EAB.
EAB.
So now that is the answer to this. You understood? I'm going to rub it again. If anyone has a doubt, immediately ask. There is no shame in even asking me what is A plus B equal to C. I won't tell you. I mean, I will tell you. Okay. Some loss of words. Okay. Now, let's look at this. Okay. No, let me do it some other way. That was already done, na? I just changed it. Now tell me, what is going to be the flux? What is the projection?
Square.
E into pi r
E.
square by 2.
E
Yeah,
into
what-
pi r square by 2.
E into pi r square by 2. So phi is equal to E into pi r square by 2. I think someone told me the projection is a square. Is it? Are it
Oh, sir.
short? Yeah. If you take a
Yes, sir,
projection,
sorry.
it's going to be no problem here. It's going to be a semicircle. Okay, it's going to be a semicircle. Area of semicircle is pi r square by 2 and into electric field. Okay, now let's come to one important fact about Gauss law, and you love this. You love this. Let's look at closed surfaces. Let's look at closed surfaces. What's a closed surface? Okay, something like a sphere. So we'll take a sphere. Okay, great. So we'll take a sphere. Okay, this is a sphere, and let's say that is Q. Okay, now I told you that I'll tell you why we had gone through the properties of electric field lines. Okay, now you'll understand. Okay, I was trying to explain. You see, the charge Q is going to develop electric field lines, but it will always develop it like this, considering this is a positive charge. And I'm sorry, guys, in the morning, what happened is basically my Zoom was telling me that the meeting got over. If at all, there was still time left. And so, if at all you all come to know that there's some time left, please let me know. Okay, sometimes it happens, the Zoom starts ending the meeting. Okay, anyways, so look here. Let's take this is a sphere with a charge Q in it, and it is emitting electric field lines. Electric field lines are emerging out of it, and so now I want to find out the flux through it. Can anyone tell me how to find out the flux through it?
Electric field intensity into small area dA on the sphere.
Yeah,
Integral of
into
that.
small area dA. Yeah, integration of that, and so we'll take a small amount of dA, and we know that this dA is going to point out what? Basically, this is going to be dA. dA is what? Area vector perpendicular to what? This small surface. Okay, perpendicular to small surface, and the electric field line of this charge, which is being developed by this charge, is also going to be parallel, okay, to this dA. So I will write E is also like that. Okay, so now what is going to be phi? D phi is equal to, just write it down, D phi equal to E, that's very small, E dot dA. And so if I open it up, it will become E dA cos what? What is cos? Cos what? Angle? Which angle? Can you tell me what is the angle between electric field lines and area vector?
0
so long
degree.
time you are taking here. Cos this. 0 degree. So what will be? E dA. Now this was what? D phi. So what is phi? Integration of E dA. That is going to be E up, out dA. What is dA? Integration of dA. From where to where? Limits. Tell me the limits. Oh, no answer. What? Area of what is going to be the area of this sphere?
4 pi r square.
4 pi r square. So what will be the limits here? 0 to 4 pi r square, no?
0 to 4 pi
Understood?
r square.
0 to
So
4
how
pi
did
r
we
square.
get 4 pi r square?
Okay. What is it? This is a sphere, this is not a circle. This is a sphere. Okay. And so if I'm taking a small amount of area over here, I found out d phi is equal to E dot dA. And then I said that the angle between the electric field line and this small area vector is 0 through this small area only. Through this small area only. This small area, electric field line and area vector is going to have a 0 angle between them. Okay, so I wrote cos 0. And so now I know d phi is equal to E dA. Now, if this small area, if I make it a large area, the entire area of the sphere, area of a sphere is what? 4 pi r square, no? Understood? You all got
Yes,
it?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so you all got it. I'm happy. Okay, so we are going to get E dA limits from 0 to 4 pi r square. and that will give us what? Okay, that will give us what? It will give you E 4 pi r square. But what is E? Arey, E, no one told me what is E.
KQ by R square.
Everyone knows now that E KQ by R square. Those who don't know, simply again I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
Look here, pay attention. Look, those who don't know. If there is a charge Q over here and you bring this charge now, what it does is basically starts emitting electric field lines in all directions like this. Okay, it starts emitting. And so now, if you bring another charge, say suppose this charge you bring over here, in the presence of this charge, if you bring a test charge Q naught in the presence of Q, it is going to experience some certain force. That certain force is given by what? Coulomb's law. F is equal to K Q1 Q naught by R square. Okay, Q naught upon R square. And so what is electric field line? Electric field intensity defined as? Electric field intensity is simply defined as E is equal to F by the charge. E is equal to F by Q. So what you'll get if you put F KQ Q naught upon R square, you will get KQ by R
KQ
square.
by R square.
Yeah, so now you all understood now what is electric field line, electric field intensity.
Yes.
Those who forgot, okay.
Yes, sir.
Don't. Yeah, you all should. What you all should do now? You also continuously practice sums. Otherwise, you all will forget. Then what is the use of my teaching? Okay. E 4 pi
There
R
is the
square.
flux Q by epsilon naught.
Huh? Yeah, right.
There is the
right.
flux Q
So
by.
very. Yes. Very nice. Okay. So electric field. I'll write it here. Okay. So that is E into 4 pi R square, and E is what? KQ by Konsa Q? This one. Okay. By R square into 4 pi R square, and so R square got cut. Okay. Now we got KQ into 4 pi. But what is K? What is K?
1 upon 4 pi
1
epsilon
upon
naught.
4
4
pi
pi
epsilon naught.
epsilon.
1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q, and this 4 pi. So this 4 pi got cut, 4 pi got cut. What remained is Q upon epsilon naught.
Q upon
What
epsilon.
remained is Q upon epsilon naught. And so what we get phi as? Phi is basically Q upon
Q
epsilon
upon
naught.
epsilon naught.
Abhi samjha Gauss law. This is Gauss law. Okay. So now we are reaching to what Gauss law is. Okay. Now let's go to a small sum. Okay. Let's go to the small sum. That is, let's look at the electric field line through a closed surface, and this closed surface I will take like this. Okay, so cylinder. Okay, for those who are not getting it, and this is electric field lines are passing like this. Tell me what is now the flux?
E pi R square.
Arey, galat bola. Anyone else?
0.
0. So I'll tell you why. Look at this here. Okay. Someone just messaged me. Not my class. It's my class only, no? Anyone else? Is it my class or not my class? It's my class, right? Now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah, I got a message from someone telling me that it's not my class. Okay, anyways, look here. When electric field lines are passing through this, okay, look at the cylinder. It's 3-dimensional. It is going through. Now there are 3 ways you can find electric field intensity. One at this point. Okay, one at this point, one at this point, and one at the surface of the cylinder at this point. Now let's look at this. Okay, I'll draw this on top. The area vector of this small area, which I have marked here, area vector is on top. What angle it is making with the electric field?
90.
90.
So 90. Okay. What angle this will make?
90.
90.
What angle this will make? Outside. It will be outside towards you. What you will get? 90.
90.
Okay. So we know
90.
that phi is equal to E dot A, and E A cos theta. That is simply going to be what? Cos 90? Cos 90 is 0, na? So that is only the electric. That is electric field sorry, that is flux through the surface of the cylinder. But let's look at the first surface here through which electric field intensity is passing. Sorry, electric field lines are passing. Let's look at the first surface. Consider this to be the first surface. What is the area vector? Opposite to the electric field line?
Yes, sir. At 180 degree.
Yeah, 180 degree. So tell me, fatafat, what is phi 1? Let's consider it phi
Minus
surface
E
1.
pi r square.
Tell me the full steps. Board exam, you can't write directly. Phi is equal to E
minus A
dot A. That is going to be E A cos phi.
180.
Phi is what?
minus 1.
What is the answer? Cos pi. What is
Minus
A?
1.
What is A?
Pi r
What is
square.
A?
Pi r
A.
square.
What is A? So it's going to be minus E into pi r square. Okay. Minus E into pi r square. Tell me what is phi 2 now. Where is the area vector? This side.
E a
So
cos
what is going to
0.
be
E
the
E pi r square.
cos 0. So it's going to be E pi r square. Okay, understood. What is total amount of flux? Phi total. Phi 1 plus phi 2.
0.
0.
So, one thing for you all to understand. Electric field lines passing through a closed surface is always what? Very
Zero.
late answer.
0.
Electric field lines passing through a closed surface is 0. Okay. I'm rubbing it off. Okay. Next one. Tell me this. If I take a hemisphere. Okay. If I take a hemisphere. I say electric field lines are going like this. Listen to the question very carefully. Tell me what is the total flux passing through this area? Total flux passing through this area considering R is the radius of the hemisphere. No answer?
E pi r square by 2.
Wrong. That is only okay. Anyone else? Any other answer? Any other answer? Okay, no answers. So look here. The question was the total flux passing through this area. Total flux. Total
Zero.
flux means yeah, 0. It is not the amount of flux entering the closed surface. I didn't ask you flux entering, how much flux is entering through the surface. There's a difference. Now imagine this thing. If suppose I place a charge over here outside this point at Q. Okay, this is emitting charge. It's emitting electric field lines. Okay, it's emitting electric field lines. Like this. Amount which is coming out over here from this surface and amount entering this surface is the same, no? Am I right? Amount which is
Yes,
going
sir.
out of, yeah. So what is going
Yes,
to be the
sir.
total flux? What is going to be total flux? Out minus inside. Amount of area, amount of electric field lines going out of the surface minus the amount of electric field lines going inside the surface, which will be, if I only ask you if what is the electric flux passing or entering through the area, only entering, that means you will not consider this. It will be
E pi r
the
square by
project,
2.
yeah, E pi r square by 2. Then you can apply the concept of that projection of the semicircle, and that will give you E into pi r square by 2. Okay, everyone understood? Everyone
Yes, sir.
understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now next thing. Fatapat. Let's look at the next concept. That is semicircle only, but now it's a small twist. Okay. Just now I told you if a charge is outside, what would have been the result? Charge is outside, and if I ask you the total flux through the hemisphere, it is 0. But if I put the charge over here,
Q upon epsilon naught.
Q upon epsilon naught. Not correct. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, no problem. What was the total flux in the entire sphere? What was the total flux
Sir, E into 2 pi r
of the
square.
entire
E-
sphere?
It was E by Q naught.
Arre, no, wrong.
Sorry.
How you can say that? How
Q
you can
by
say
E
that?
epsilon naught.
Listen. No. Whoever said that E into pi r square, listen to me. Understand the concept. That is only in case if the electric field lines are in uniform nature. Okay. That is also one. Understand? Electric field lines, if they are uniform only, then only it will be that answer. But right now I put the charge where? I put the charge here. So imagine the electric field lines passing like this. They are not uniform. They are going in all directions. Integration method, no? By integration method,
Yes, sir.
so I will take a small element here, and let's say that element is dA. It is projecting a area vector dA over here. Okay, fast. We are running out of time. So what is d phi going to? So electric field through this small area is also going to be parallel. Okay, it's going to be parallel like this. Okay, through the small area. So d phi is going to be what? E dot dA. Am I right? And so what was
Yes,
E?
sir.
KQ by R square. Understood this? KQ by R square.
Yes, sir.
dA cos theta. What is cos theta between these two?
0.
Cos theta is not 0. Cos theta is 1. Cos angle is 0. Cos of 0 is 1. Okay. So angle between electric field lines and area vector is 0. So cos 0 is what? 1. So I'll remove that term. Okay. Understood this? So now,
Yes, sir.
yeah, what is going to be phi then? Phi will be what? Remove the constants out. KQ by R square
KQ by
into
R square.
integration of dA. What is integration of dA? Tell me the limits.
Area. The limits
What
will
is the
be from
0 to 2 pi r square.
0 to 2 pi r
Ah.
square.
So what you'll get? KQ by R square into 2 pi R square, na?
yes.
Am I right? 2 pi R square. R square got cut. What you'll get? KQ 2 pi. What was K?
Sir, is it
K is what?
Q upon 2 epsilon naught?
Yeah, right. What is K? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into
It will be 2
2
upon
pi Q
upon
naught.
Q upon epsilon 2 epsilon naught.
Yes.
Final answer.
So those who don't know, see here, look here. 2, and this gets cut. Pi and pi gets cut. What remains is Q naught upon 2 epsilon naught. So Q naught upon 2 epsilon naught. I'll remove this. Wait 1 minute. So that will give you Q naught upon 2 epsilon naught. Okay. Another way to solve this is Okay, this is the answer. Okay. I'm rubbing it off. Another way to answer this question was to simply, you could have immediately told me the answer. Guys, listen, this is a hemisphere, no? This is a hemisphere. I said there's a charge Q here. When I talked about an entire sphere and there was a charge here, what we got? Flux. Flux we got as Q upon epsilon
Q
naught.
by epsilon naught.
So if phi is Q upon epsilon naught for a sphere, what it will be for a hemisphere? It will be half of it, no? Understood? Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So it will Q upon 2 epsilon. You got it? Everyone got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now listen. This was what? This was not. This is what? I'm not asking you the total flux. I'm just asking you the flux through this area. Okay. That has to be very clear. That needs to be very clear. Okay. Let's go through one small sum. Look at this. There is a charge Q in the between. Right in the middle. Tell me the flux. Find out the electric flux coming out from. Find out the electric flux. Okay. The question is find out the electric flux coming out only from this surface. What will it be?
Q upon 6 epsilon naught.
Q upon 6 epsilon naught.
Q upon 6 epsilon naught. Okay. Anyone else? Any other answers? Any other answers? Okay. No other answers? Other answers? Okay. Anyone else wants to try? No. Okay. Flux. See, flux. If you have to find out the flux, okay, through one side of all 6 sides. So flux through surface 1. Say suppose this surface is 1. Will be what? 1/6 of the flux of all sides. Nah? 1/6 of the flux of all sides, flux total. Okay. Now all you have to tell, all I told you long back. In a sphere, if there is a charge, if you put a charge, what is the flux? Q upon epsilon naught. What it exactly meant was, charge enclosed by a closed surface is going to be Q upon epsilon naught. Whatever surface let it be. But the charge enclosed by any closed surface, that is important, is going to be Q upon epsilon naught. So right now the charge is enclosed in which surface? Closed surface, yes or no? Okay, this is a cuboid. It is closed. So the charge enclosed will be what? 1/6 into what? Q upon epsilon naught. Right. So this is the answer for the cuboid. This is the answer for the cuboid. I hope you have understood this much. I hope
Yes, sir.
you have.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So how many minutes left? Okay, we are out of time. So anyways, I will just teach you a small thing before we enter Gauss's law. The next topic will be applications of Gauss law. Okay. So right now all you need to understand is solid angle. What is solid angle? So I will explain you once again. Okay. Okay. This is solid angle. Consider this to be a part of the circle. Okay. This part of the circle, this has theta. This has a length L. And this is radius R. Okay. This is radius R. So what is theta?
L by R.
Theta L by R is equal to L by R. And so what is d theta?
DL
DL
by R.
by R.
DL by R. Because what is variable here? Variable is only L, na? You can increase, decrease it. You can make it an entire circle. This is a part of a circle. So ultimately length is variable, theta is variable, radius has to be constant at any point. Okay. So that is for plane angle. Now, if you look at a sphere, what is it for a sphere? Let's consider a small sphere like this. Let's consider a small amount of area through that sphere. That small amount of area is going to subtend some angle over here. So, okay, it's going to subtend some angle over here. Just in case the class ends, no problem, we'll continue it in the next lecture. Okay, just in case. Now look here. This is going to, all points at this small area are going to subtend an angle over here. We're going to subtend an angle like this.